What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about the missing link that nobody's talking about. It's not that I don't think they know about it, it's that I don't think they think about it. Now, recently we had Jason Blaha make a video about training intensity, volume, training to failure, etc. And then Lane Norton just popped up with a video about training volume and training to failure, using them appropriately. And, you know, a lot of these science guys, and I'm not knocking either one of them, it's not a knock on them, it's not a bash on them. A lot of these science guys look at the research and they say, well, the research says this, so empirically this is the evidence, so it's like this. You know, volume can be, you know, Jason Blaha actually put it straight out there that, you know, if you wanted to spend less time in the gym, you could hit failure as opposed to doing the large amounts of volume, which I used to do. I've done both. I've done the 2-hour marathon workouts where you had to drink an inch of workout. I've done the hour-and-a-half workouts with the volume, like 25, 30 sets per body part. And now I do 3 sets per week per body part. Now, how the hell am I able to do that? When going back to looking at the evidence of what the studies say, they say, you know, they have said basically volume really is what it takes as opposed to the low set, higher intensity training. Now, a lot of these people that they're studying, I'd say most of these people they're studying, do not have the ability to push themselves to that lower volume routine to get the same results. Even if you have a couple people in the group that do have the mind-muscle connection and the ability to push past the pain zone, because of the fact that they're a small minority, they look at the majority of the literature and say, well, this is kind of a freak thing that happened, but this is the majority, so this is what really works. Now, if you took, you know, I mean, Lane and Jason both, you can't tell me if you took both of them and stood them next to a beginner, okay, that they couldn't out-train them in a shorter period of time and get better results. They absolutely could. If you took Dorian Yates, okay, and you put him in the gym, and you took somebody who's only been training a couple of years, and you put them in the gym with Dorian, Dorian's going to get done in 2 or 3 sets, what this guy's going to get done in 15 sets. And there is no way that that guy will be able to, this individual that's going to train with Dorian, there's no way he will be able to put the amount of effort, not intensity, but effort, into a set to get the same results. So therefore, if you're looking at a study, you have a 50-50 split of high intensity versus higher volume. But now if you go to, you know, Dorian and say, we're going to do, you know, 50 sets today, at the same time, he could actually dull down the intensity or dull down the effort to do 50 sets if he wanted to. But the other way, the guy can't crank up the intensity and effort to get the same results that Dorian did. So you see, the missing link that everybody's talking about in this whole thing, that nobody's talking about, that's why it's the missing link. It's not that little fucking monkey guy, the missing link. It's the missing link is the amount of effort being able to be put into the set by way of, I guess it would come experience, mind-muscle connection. Not many people, when they're new, can do it, but there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that as you progress and you learn more and more how to push into the sets, you need less sets in the gym to stimulate the muscle. There's no doubt in my mind. I've seen it over and over again, and I've actually taken clients through that. Matter of fact, I have a guy who just started with me about maybe a month and a half ago. The guy's been training a very long time. A retired former police officer, been training for like 25, 30 years, you know, used to train with a lot of bodybuilders and stuff like that. Very hardcore when it comes to his workouts. Gets in the gym, wants to get it done, doesn't want to fuck around, and was big on, you know, those full extensions and lockouts and doing lots of sets and doing all these things. And I noticed within 3 weeks of training with my style, which he noticed, he said, you know, it's a little different, it's a little bit harder to get used to than I normally when I come in the gym, but the effort that he could put into it, I could see it. I could see that he had 5, 6, 7 more reps left in a set on that first session that we trained. I was like, man, this guy's not even pushing himself. I mean, although he thinks he's pushing himself, he's not. I could see they're in him. It's my job to now get those reps out of him and make him realize that there's another area of training, effort-wise, that he hasn't even begun to look into yet. He hasn't begun to dabble in yet. We got him into that zone, into the partial range of movement, into the time under tension, as well as into the more effort with less sets. Lo and behold, within 3 weeks' time, not only is this guy bigger, but he's leaner without a change in any kind of dietary thing at all. No change in diet, no change in cardio, only the change in training. Only more effort going into the sets with less sets and only pushing himself harder. That's it. And even him, he's just like, I can't believe it. My joints feel better. I'm bigger and leaner faster than they've ever been before. That's crazy. And you know, I'm using just as heavier weights, if not heavier weights, pushing myself for more reps, but you just can't do as many sets. You can't do the volume. So you see, if you have the ability to push yourself in the gym to the point where it's like, I think it was Mike Mentzer that explained it, like you can take a stick of dynamite and tap it all day long with a pencil. And eventually, if you tap that thing a lot hard enough and you bang in the little pieces and it breaks away, boom, it'll explode. Or you can come into the gym and train with high intensity, high effort. It's like taking a hammer, whacking that fucking dynamite, it explodes. Once it explodes, it's done. The explosion is basically making the muscle grow, triggering muscle growth. And that is absolutely true. And I think that none of these guys are talking about is, you know, you can get done. I mean, does the volume thing work? Yeah. If you're an intermediate or you're a beginner, you have to do volume. You don't have it in you. I've seen it. I've had guys, you know, a guy walk in the gym to train with me, and he's like, he's a champion bodybuilder. He's been training for fucking years. He's winning fucking shows. He looks great. Do a fucking set of laterals to failure. He can't do it. He can't do it. He gets that pain, he stops. And I'm like, holy shit. I mean, this guy hasn't even been pushing himself. Look how great he looks. Without a doubt, if he fucking pushed himself, he would look completely different. And within 3-4 weeks of that, he looked even fucking better. So, you know, it's proven itself time and time again. But, I don't know why, you know, we're talking about intensity. We're talking about volume. We're talking about reps times sets and all this stuff. Who's talking about the effort? You know, which I'm surprised because there's guys like Lane who, you know, obviously he pushes himself harder than a lot of the guys out there. So he understands that mind-muscle connection, the fact that you can get more done in a shorter period of time. But, you know, I don't think that enough people have been studied that can put that type of effort in compared to the average person that goes in this study or the intermediate lifter that goes into these studies. If you took a study of 25 or 30 people that could put that effort that I'm talking about into it, where you get done in 3 sets, what other guys get done in 25, and you took the people that are in the intermediates doing all that volume, I can guarantee you, those people putting the effort in, the higher intensity, lower volume, are going to fucking blow past those people faster. In the end, they may wind up in the same place, but they are going to fucking fly right past them results-wise, and you're going to see the difference. But until that, you would have to round up a bunch of people like that. And believe me, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to learn how to go to that place to be able to push yourself. I absolutely did not know how to do it until 2009 when I started training with Kevin Levrone. I realized there was a level of training above what I was doing, and I thought I was fucking busting my ass and going crazy. And that's when I realized everybody out there thinks they're fucking training hard until you get them and fucking put them through the motions, and they realize they're not really training as hard as they possibly can. There's a whole other level above that. And I'm sure that no matter how hard I'm training now, there's another level above that. How to get to it, I don't fucking know, but I hope I do someday because that's going to be awesome. biowestertraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biowestertraining.com is a blog and where it's to get done in 3 sets, which you can get done in 25 bicep, and we're out.